Thank you, Sibi. Ready when you are. Okay, I'm going to explain what we did to solve the problem raised by mentors. We believed Second Life might be used for medical training, but how could it be used? Our catchment area was completely computerized, but all computers had restricted access owing to patient data confidentiality issues and to prevent damage to the system. But this technical problem was solved with the help of the IT department, whom we would like to thank for their support. They installed Second Life in the resources room computer of the 4 initially participating health centers. They also had to make sure the program would run. So there were some problems at the start, but in the end, they were ironed out and we went ahead. The second minor problem was that none of the mentors knew how to use Second Life. So we designed the workshop to train them. Over the space of 4 weeks, one afternoon per week, we taught them how to download the program, create an avatar, find the way around Second Life, more specifically Health Island, and how to hold a clinical session as a facilitator and how to attend one. In addition to the workshop, they were also given material such as introductory handbooks to Second Life, which we produced as a reference. We also provided this guide to operating Second Life, showing all the possible resources available in this virtual reality, and the way to apply them in our teaching. We explained such aspects as how to make a presentation, how to upload it, and both how to hold a presentation and attend one. These handbooks can be downloaded free from our website. However, they are only available in Spanish. Here is a series of photos showing our early days. This is Nicodemus and Sibi in the open-air auditorium on Health Island, the day he designed the screen we would be using for our presentations. Here is an image of our first training workshop using Second Life, where Nicodemus is explaining how things work. Although the workshop was face-to-face, some of the sessions were given in Second Life. By the end of the last workshop session, all of the mentors knew how to reach the meeting room. This slide is from when we met to decide the day we would hold clinical sessions together. It was finally decided that they would be held on Fridays between 2 and 3 o'clock. When I began to hold the first clinical sessions, the main difficulty we found was getting the sound and voice to work well. In the first meetings, some people couldn't hear what other people were saying, and some people couldn't speak because their microphones didn't work. We had to configure both Second Life and the computers correctly, because as we were using a headset, we had to choose the front or external microphone option in the sound and voice settings. Once we solved this problem, we were all able to speak and hear each other clearly. Finally, we ought to explain that when we decided to hold clinical sessions or meetings in Second Life, we used a specific meeting room on Scientific Island, where we had two possibilities. We could leave the room open to everyone who wanted to come in, or we could make it private by placing a barrier around the meeting room, so only authorized people could come in. In our case, while we were learning how to use this application, we didn't think it would be necessary to restrict access to the room where we were holding the sessions because maybe people wouldn't be interested or just because they wouldn't know we existed. However, we should bear in mind that this is a virtual world where things don't happen like in the real one. People don't behave the way they do in real life. With an avatar, people don't care about going into meetings where they are not invited because they think their actions have no serious consequences, but it's something they wouldn't do in real life. As it turned out, an intruder appeared in the middle of a clinical session and disturbed us with his questions. It wasn't a big problem in that case because we continued with the session as normal and the intruder left. But it would be advisable to make the meeting room private in order to prevent people who are not invited from interrupting, because this virtual world is so huge, you don't know what people's intentions are. And now, I'll hand you over to Elena, who is going to finish this presentation.